Sorry I haven't posted in a couple of days. I haven't felt the best. I can assure you it's not that I was sitting here completely overdosing myself with sleeping pills while at the same time playing Atari Teenage Riot albums very loud, trying to induce a lucid dreaming state just so that I could actually feel something. Anyway, so E3 is going on right now, and for those of you that don't know, that's the big electronics entertainment expo that goes on out in LA every year. It's sort of the big video game explosion where all the companies come out and tell you what you can be excited about in the coming year and years to come. And I don't live in LA anymore. I'm not there, but I know what's going on, and a lot of people are reporting on it. I am not going to be one of those. Well, to an extent I am. I'm going to give you my predictions for what I think happened at this year's EA. I've really tried hard to isolate myself from actual information coming out about it so that I could tell you based off past experiences and, what I've seen through the video game industry throughout the years, I can expect is going on. So let's kick it off with Microsoft. They usually start out the thing, if I recall. They're usually one of the first presentations, and I'm guessing Microsoft is going to come up with some really good games and a lot of games that you expect. Obviously there's going to be something about Halo 5 and you're going to see Master Chief doing stuff. And it's like, oh, there's another Halo. Let's keep that going. And there's probably going to be something about Gears of War because, Gears of War. You remember that, right? People, Gears of War, Marcus Gears. Going to war. But the big thing that they're going to announce, and I can't believe how excited I am to report on this. You remember back when the Xbox One came out, Microsoft really wants to be part of your living room, your home theater experience. You can run your satellite dish, you can run your cable through it, DVR, all this fantastic stuff. Well, a lot of gamers are getting older. You have more money, maybe you have a house. And what's the one thing that people with money and a house want to have? That's right, they want a KitchenAid mixer. Those things are awesome. They mix, but then they have the attachments. You can do, there's the meat grinder thing, there's the pasta roller, there's so much stuff. So Microsoft will be very excited to announce that they have a joint deal now with KitchenAid, and either through your controller or their tenuous at best voice commands, you can now control through your Xbox your KitchenAid blender. And it's going to be awesome. People are super excited about it, rioting in the streets. That's how good this is. Now, let's say Nintendo's up next, all right? Again, I don't know, but for the sake of argument, Nintendo's up next. Nintendo has not really done that well with the Wii U. People haven't been as excited about it as they hoped, but boy, do they have some cool stuff coming up. What's one of the biggest things that people have been excited, Nintendo's been putting out for like 20 years? Dude, it's Mario Kart. Who doesn't love Mario Kart? You get a little drunk, a little high, whatever, with your friends, and you race karts around the track, and it's awesome because it's all your favorite characters. Well, now Nintendo is announcing their second biggest property, The Legend of Zelda, is getting their own racing game. That's right, it's Link's Racing. It's going to be awesome. And rather than having karts, you're going to have different mounts. Link will have that horse from Ocarina of Time and all that, where he's riding on. And Zelda, maybe Zelda gets a dragon. Because, it doesn't really fit, but, fuck it. Dragons are cool. It's kind of that Khaleesi thing. Maybe they bring that in. Ganon, oh my god, Ganon. Maybe he rides that evil moon from the one where the time's going to end. I didn't play that one. I heard it was good. Majora's Mask, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, and not only that, but the weapon pickups are going to be unique. Just like in Mario Kart, they were unique to Mario with the shells and, the mushrooms. And this one of the biggest ones I was excited about, you pick up a fairy, then you launch it at one of your enemies, and it just floats around and does that like, hello, hello, over here, and just annoys the shit out of them while they're trying to race. And I would literally just drive off a bridge to get rid of that. So it's going to be a super exciting game. Additionally, because retro gaming is so big right now, and Nintendo's always done well with that kind of retro thing, just announced, breaking news, Nintendo is going into an agreement with Atari. That's right, Atari's coming back. It's going to be all these remastered and newly recreated retro games. Bigger games like Five Nights at Freddy's that so many people love have used this old sort of, 8-bit retro-looking graphics for side games and mini quests and things like that. Well, they're coming back and they're bringing back all your favorite games. Asteroids, Custer's Revenge, Centipede, all these things being remastered in even a worse quality than you're used to. And don't worry, Wii U owners, You're still going to be able to play the game primarily on your main TV screen, and that secondary screen on the controller still going to do next to nothing. So you don't even have to pay attention to it. It's just like playing a game with a library book. It's fantastic. You're really going to like it. And that brings us to Sony, the other big one. Oh my God, Sony. And this is kind of harder for me because Sony usually does a pretty good job focusing on games. I'm sure there'll be a lot of games that are pretty fanboy and maybe I've never heard of that like thousands of people are going to be super excited about, and I'm going to be like, that seems really intensive and like it's going to take a lot of time. Like, I may not play that. And I'd really like them to announce Last of Us, a second one of those, a follow-up. Because unlike a lot of people, I enjoyed that game. I thought it was fantastic. That's a cinematic movie I want to play through over and over again. I just don't see it in the cards. I think Joe and Ellie's story is kind of played out. Or Joel and Ellie. God, I'm such a fanboy. I know all the names just like that. But yeah, Sony's is probably going to be the most dull. It's just going to be like good, and you're going to expect them to put out some decent games. I assume they'll do a VR thing. Xbox will do a VR thing. Nintendo, you'll be happy you can turn it on. Don't fix what's not broken. And the VR will be like cool because, gamers, you don't want to flail around and spill your Mountain Dew fucking high octane or whatever the shit it is and your Doritos all over yourself. You want to, you can now put the screen on your face, just sit there and control it laconically. It's going to be brilliant. I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be cool. And then, there'll probably be individual, well, I know there are individual studios. Bethesda will, well, as I've already reported, they're going to announce Fallout 4, and I can't joke around about that. That's awesome. They'll probably announce some other crap that I really don't care about. EA, I'm sure, will give us probably another Call of Duty, probably some sports games. I'm assuming all of them will have inherent microtransactions, so it's like, hey, you're playing Madden with your buddy, right? And he's up on you, there's like 5 minutes left, that's a really long time in a football game. There's like 15 seconds left, you're doing that winning drive, and you feel like he's going to block you. You have this one play, you need to get into the end zone to beat him, microtransaction. $5, you have an unstoppable play, you're in the end zone, your buddy doesn't have as much money as you do, you win. You're the king of the block. Thanks, EA, you're giving it all to us. So yeah, I wasn't at E3, but I don't feel like I was that far off. I mean, come on. I got to be pretty close. So thanks for tuning in. I always appreciate Nothing Files viewers. And if there's something you want to see me report on, be it real or completely in my head, let me know in the comments section down below. And as a final sojourn, as much as I wanted to make most of this thing a joke, they did announce at the Sony press conference that Final Fantasy VII is getting an HD reboot. Oh my God. There are a few games I put as many hours into as that one, and I can't wait to just give up on hygiene, give up on my social life, probably get fired from my job, and relive my youth grinding through Final Fantasy VII. But that's a little bit too much reality for right now. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.